The new tax law that Republicans have been praising is actually rewarding companies for hiding their money overseas. I mean, I don't know how, that's exactly what it is. We're going to give you a break. We want you to take the money, all that money that you made because of the tax breaks that you said you were going to share with employees. You said you were going to spread the wealth. Well, no, they didn't spread the wealth. What they want to do is hide it overseas now. I can't make this up. They're following this, and here's what they're finding. They're finding, first of all, that the companies that were arguing, give us a tax break, and it's going to trickle down. The first thing they're doing is they're buying back their own stock. Okay, that's number one. Number two is they're giving their CEOs more money. They're giving management more money. This is exactly and number three, then they hide what they have left offshore, overseas. Then, this is how it goes, they come back to the government and they negotiate. Look, was it $40 billion as we speak? About $40 billion we know is overseas.
Right, worth of tax revenue.
Yeah, that's all we know of this point, $40 billion. Okay, so $40 billion's overseas, being hidden in Ireland or the Bahamas, somewhere out in hide your money land. Okay, so in hide your money land, they say to the government, we'll bring it back in if you let us bring it in by paying 2% taxes on it. They basically it's extortion.
Right.
First of all, they're breaking the law most of the time. If you really followed it, there'd be ways to show they're breaking the law. But when it comes back in, they negotiate with the government, say, give us a break and we'll bring it back in. Just basically holding the U.S. government hostage.
Right, and we've seen it too many times in recent years during Bush and Obama. They'll do these tax holiday where you can bring it back right now, you're not going to pay any money on it, just bring it back to the United States. Mm-hmm. So one of the big selling points that they used to sell this tax break was, we've got companies hiding so much money offshore, which is true, but if we lower taxes, they're going to bring it all back.
Right.
And no, because lower taxes is not what corporations want. No taxes is what corporations want, but these idiots who wrote this bill actually wrote this in there. Right now, if you hide your money offshore and bring it back, or excuse me, before the bill, it was 22% you paid on it. Mm-hmm. They lowered it from 22% to 9%. Mm. So they have actually given more incentive for these companies like AbbVie, that was just exposed in this Reuters report. Yeah. What they do is their headquarters is here in the United States.
They're the ones, by the way, that make testosterone that's killing men all over the country.
Right, so they're based out of Chicago. They do all their work out of Chicago, but they actually claim their headquarter is down in the Bahamas. So that's where all the profits go. All the money goes to the Bahamas. So none of it is technically U.S. income, even though all the business is here. So now when they bring it back, instead of paying 22%, they'll get to pay 9%. And because of the way the crazy business laws work, they can show we didn't make a profit in the United States. We made a
it actually shows as a loss, and they get to take a tax break. And on top of the only having to pay 9%, they get another tax break by gaming it to where it looks like a loss.
Right, and that is exactly what they wrote into the law, into the tax law.
So let me clear something up. Well, not clear it up, but let me add to that. The same people who wrote these kinds of tax laws. Remember the last time we're going to cut the taxes for people at the top, and we're going to cut it for corporations, and they're then going to spend all that money on employees and making their lives for the employees better. That's what they said. Yeah. Same people who said that, that's what they said. And now we see everything is just the opposite of that. Not a bit of truth to it.